Got the city lights low. Sean B bringing truth to the stories below. From New York with grace and a mind so wise. She can see through the dark. She can read through the lines. Every clue, every name, every twist, every turn. She be digging down deep till the realness burns. For the ones left behind, for the pain unseen. She be lifting those voices in between the scenes. So like, share, subscribe, let the real ones roll. Sean B on the case, going straight for the soul. On YouTube she shines, bringing truth to the few. When the world stays quiet, she comes breaking through. Like, share, subscribe, let the story breathe. Sean B got the light that the people need. Ooh, Sean B, true crime, baby. Tune in and watch the truth speak.
Hey,
Yeah,
give it a little more time.
Sean B on YouTube. Ooh, yeah. Late night on the screen, got the city lights low. Sean B bringing truth to the stories below. From New York with grace and a mind so wise. She can see through the dark. She can read through the lines. Every clue, every name, every twist, every turn. She be digging down deep till the realness burns. For the ones left behind, for the pain unseen. She be lifting those voices in between the scenes. So like, share, subscribe, let the real ones roll. Sean B on the case, going straight for the soul. On YouTube she shines, bringing truth to the few. When the world stays quiet, she comes breaking through. Like, share, subscribe, let the story breathe. Sean B got the light that the people need. Ooh, Sean B, true crime, baby. Tune in and watch the truth speak.
Hey, y'all. How my babies doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Well, like Queen Buttercup said, happy Winning Wednesday to everybody, everybody, everybody. You know what, little girl? CW. Don't make me meet you at your door when your happy loving Bahamas turquoise water pina colada drinking ass get home, okay? Chill out on the bragging. No, I'm just playing. Enjoy yourself, boo. You deserve it. I don't even know why you even up here right now, but hey, thank you for joining us, boo. Thank you for joining us. Absolutely. Hey, Queen Wanda, first up in here. Hey, boo. And Lady Mysterious. Hello, my love. And Queen Charlotte's Web with all her pina colada and turquoise water and shit. Hello, Queen Patrice. How are you, baby? Buttercup, my queen, you know I am happy to see you. You know that, girl. You know it. Yes, absolutely. All my babies up in here. It's a few missing, but hopefully they're all right. Wanda said I'm at work, but I'm listening when I can. And we appreciate you, beautiful. We sure do. Well, y'all, it looks like the weather is finally turning around for us up here in northern New York. We had a beautiful warm day today. The sky was blue and it was clear, minimum wind. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It let me know that it's time for me to take a trip to Home Depot and get that it's this spray that my son told me about, that because I used to just buy just pure peppermint spray, but he told me that it's this mom and pop brand. I forgot the name of it, but they sell it at Home Depot where you could spray your screens and you could spray your plants and all this kind of stuff to you know, stop the plants from me. I mean the bugs from even coming, let alone trying to get rid of them. Because we do love fruit in this house. And so I have bananas sitting out and the rest of the fruit we keep. Well, the lemons too. And so yeah, I got to let the gnats know. Not here, not here. But anyway, I just want to share that weather update with y'all. I actually turned my heat off and left it off. How about that? Time to put some blankets on the bed and put on some clothes, okay? Because that heat ain't coming back on. Mm-mm. But y'all, today, I don't know if many of you follow when people are being executed, but it came across my recommendations today of a man that was executed. Hold on, guys. Let me turn this light on. It just got really dark in my desk corner. I want to be able to read for my babies. But yes, we Florida did an execution yesterday, and this guy goes by the name of Chadwick Willisey Scott. And I guess it depends on who you ask, because some reports said his last name was Scott, some said Willisey. So I'm just not sure. So, you know, it's in parentheses, so it is what it is. Anyway, this Chadwick Scott, 56-year-old. No. I'm lying. I'm lying. At the time this happened, he was 22 years old. So let me read my notes. 56-year-old Marlis May Sather worked as an office clerk and was a respected woman in the community she lived. And she lived at 1340 Jarvis Street, Palm Bay, Florida. She was a mother and a grandmother, and she had only been widowed for 2 months prior to her own demise. When this cracked out Chadwick Scott, like I said, 22 years old, broke into her home from right next door, stealing whatever he could. Whatever he could to feed his next high. And what happened was he was caught by the homeowner. Marlis had come home on her lunch break, and he didn't expect her. So, March 5th, 1990. He thought he had studied and knew her schedule and her daily routine and broke in believing no one would be there. Marlis returned home during the lunch break. He physically attacked her, no matter how she tried to talk to him. Now, how they know she tried to talk to him? Because that's what he told them. When he finally gave it up, he told them she did. He tried using a cord around her neck, and when using that cord didn't work, he started using a blunt object, and he displaced her skull in many different places. That's how I had to put that so that you guys would understand. After disabling all of the smoke detectors and fire alarms in the house, he set her ablaze, alive. She was found in a bedroom by her son-in-law, having been called by co-workers when Marlis didn't come back from work. Come back to work from her lunch break. Scott was apparently able to steal her 1982 Ford LTD, but it was found later on that day in this shopping market, 2 miles away. And then a day later, he was captured after his girlfriend called law enforcement about a checkbook she found in their trash. His fingerprints were on that, as well as a fan that he had placed at Miss Sather's feet to fan the blaze, keep it burning, as well as the gasoline can. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Queen Patrice. Yes, ma'am. Video footage also showed him using Miss Sather's bank card at an ATM with the stolen car in the footage in the back, in the background of the video footage. And so in 1991, he was found guilty by a vote of 9-3 to recommend the D penalty. But in 1994, it was overturned uh, due to prosecutorial violations. However, in 1995, with the same judge, a jury voted 11-1 for the D penalty. So, in other words, he got another trial, and they say, yeah, we agree with the first one. Okay. So, on April 21st, after visiting with family, his mother, his sister, and his cousin, he had his last meal, which was fried chicken, French fries, ice cream, and cake. At 5:10, he was escorted to the death chamber. And by 6 o'clock, he was injected, and by 6:10, he was pronounced. So yesterday, after spending more than 30 years on death row, he was executed. This is what the house looked like after it burned. This is what it looked like before. The house on the left with the tree in front of it. This is what it looked like before. Now the house on the right is the house that he lived in, him and his girlfriend. They lived in a pretty decent house. It's a beautiful neighborhood. You know what I mean? Nice working class neighborhood. Quiet. People just want to live. Just leave us alone. We speak when we see you. You know, that kind of neighborhood. Right? He lived there with his girlfriend. And Miss Sathers lived next door, like I said, the dark brown house with the dark brown garage door with the tree in front of it. And after he set it ablaze, this is what it looked like. And now it's boarded up. Everything is boarded up. So yeah, he got his revenge on Earth. That's how I'm gonna put that. Do anybody disagree? Is there anyone in here who don't believe in the death penalty? Y'all tell me. Oh, I wanted to show y'all this. While he was on death row, though, okay, while he was on death row, inmate number 707742 was looking for love, y'all. He was looking for love, y'all. And I want to tell y'all what this fucker was having the audacity to say to people. Let me see, where is it? I think it's this one. Yeah, he was looking for love, y'all. Now, what creeps me out is the fact that there are actually women out there who who actually respond to that kind of shit. But this was what he this is what he was saying to the chicks. It says, "My friends call me Khalil. I'm 6'1", 225 pounds, hard body with a soft heart. Former chiropractic student. I like to paint, listen to lots of music, exercise, read, and just try new and adventurous things. I like to laugh and enjoy life regardless of the situation. A sincere and romantic guy looking for an intelligent, open minded, passionate, and sensitive lady for friendship or a relationship. No games, photos appreciated. Positivity breeds positive things, and that's my basic philosophy. You might be surprised what kinds of people get caught up in this system unjustly. Race and age, unimportant. It's all good. Holla at me. Get to know me." That's what this son of a bitch said in his ploy to meet women. That's what he did, y'all. That is what him did. That's what he said. Nobody want his dead ass. Okay. Ah. Patrice said, "I totally agree." Charlotte said, "I be." Okay. You don't disagree with it. I heard that. I don't either. In fact, I agree with it so much that I wish it didn't take so goddamn long. Okay, can I just keep it a being? I wish it didn't take so damn long. Why it's got to take so long? You know, for people to be put down. I don't understand that. All they doing is just sucking up tax-paying money. He wanted a pen pal. I wouldn't, girl. Listen. Nobody give a damn what he wanted. That lady wanted to live. You know what I'm saying? That lady just wanted to live and be left alone. Right? That lady just wanted to live. She tried to talk that man out of hurting her, but he wouldn't listen. And not only did he physically hurt her, but he beat her within an inch of her life as it is. And then that when that didn't work, he put something around her neck, tried to make that do the damn thing. When that didn't work, he literally, while she was alive, y'all, he set her on fire. Y'all understand what I'm saying? 30 years? No, he don't get to sit there like that. No, no. 30 years for what? Breathing air and she gone. Her son-in-law found her. because they called her daughter, but her daughter couldn't get away. So she sent her husband, and he found her like that. And the autopsy showed that she did have soot in her lungs, which means she was alive. She inhaled. That's what that means. It's crazy, man. Crazy. All because he wanted to get high. That's why he did that. And I'm almost certain that all he had to do, and then I'm almost certain all he had to do was ask. Like, seriously. I'm sure all he had to do was ask for a couple of dollars. She might have given it to him, because there was also reports that she owed him for mowing her lawn. And there was some kind of discrepancy that she wanted him to fix this or fix that. You know how you be? Can you just get that right there? Can you line that up right? I'm gonna pay you. Just line it up right. Do it right. You know what I mean? And he didn't do it. He's like, no, pay me. Yeah, that's because this crackhead motherfucker was ready to go get high. You know what I'm saying? He was ready. He ain't want to fix nothing. And so he never did come back to do it. And when he didn't have no other way of getting high, he did that to her. He shouldn't have been sitting on death row for over 30 years at all. Hey, Queen Kimberly, how are you, boo? Thank you for joining us, love. It is CW. It's wait, that's just wrong. 30 years, he gets to breathe air, be somebody's pen pal, eat every day, jerk his thing, do push-ups, work out, whatever, while this lady is gone. Gone. He gets to age. And this lady had just lost her husband 2 months before this happened to her. After being by her husband's bedside, who was battling liver cancer. Come on, man. This lady had been going through some stuff. And here this broke ass crackhead come along and want to do this to this lady. That shit ain't right, man. But he got his just deserves, right? He did. And, you know, the law is what it is as far as the time on death row. But let me tell y'all some stuff that y'all may not be aware of. Okay? Some details that y'all may not know about. And this is too involving how the system failed us, right? The community, no matter what race you are, no matter what walk of life you are. Because I dare say all of these victims were in every walk of life. Okay? Every walk of life, they were. They were. Okay. So, I know you guys are familiar with these two. The DC snipers. I know y'all are aware of them. I know that you guys are aware that their reign of terror started in 2002, right? So, just for those that may not know, okay, John Allen Muhammad, whose original last name was Williams, was born December 31st of 1960. He changed his last name in 2001 to Muhammad. John Lee Boyd Malvo was a Jamaican shorty that somehow this monster met And without a birth certificate, without anything, he took this young, impressionable, lost boy under his wing, and he turned him into a killing machine. That's what he did. Now, I'm wondering if you guys know that Muhammad was originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I didn't know that. I didn't. Now, his timeline follows as this. Their first victim was Kenya Cook, 21 years old, of Tacoma, Washington. This was February 16th of 2002. Malvo admitted Muhammad made me, quote, made me do it. Hey, Tay. Hey, boo. But the charges were dropped, y'all. Y'all understand that? Did y'all know that? This 21-year-old beautiful young girl was murdered. And the charges were dropped. And then March 19th, this is Jerry Taylor, 60 years old, of Tucson, Arizona. Marvel was given immunity. Prosecution gave him immunity to press charges. To testify against Muhammad. Muhammad was given parole. Y'all hear me? He was paroled. All because of his cute service record. Because of all the years that he served in the service and all this kind of stuff, they gave him parole. After he murdered someone. Okay? So then, August 1st, now remember the last one was March 19th. They took a, he was in jail, had to go to court, this and this and that, and then give him parole. Now he's out. So now it's August 1st of 2002. This is John Gatia. Okay? 58 years old, of Hammond, Louisiana. But this victim, he was Marvel's. He was the boy's. The boy did this to him, but he survived. He survived. Right? And then September 5th, this is Paul LaRuffa. This man was shot 5 times. And he lived. In Clinton, Maryland. He lived to testify. Now, some of this got really confusing for me. Because I'm like, okay, he's out on parole. Dude, Muhammad is out on parole. So did he get rearrested? Because it didn't specify that. Okay, CW, have fun, boo. Be safe. It didn't specify that he got arrested, but I'm assuming he did, because what did LaRuffa have to testify to? Okay. So then we move on to, I don't think this one had a picture, but we move on to September 14th. Benny Abaro. Is that him? I think that's him. And this was in Silver Spring. Oh, no. That's not, because this dude is only 22 years old. So there's no picture for the September 14, 2002, 22-year-old Benny Abaro. There's no picture for him, but this happened in Silver Springs, Maryland. But then we have no. Then we have this guy, Muhammad Rashid. He was wounded outside of a Maryland liquor store. Malvo was identified, and he was identified in court and was given probation. Y'all following this? Like, they've done all of this, and all they getting is parole, arrested, released, probation. Yeah. And then on September 21st of 2002, 41-year-old Walter Marion was shot 3 times outside of an Atlanta liquor store. That is so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people. Ballistics linked and matched that .22 revolver in the Maryland and Georgia incidences, but no charges were ever brought. It matched. And in these other cases, dude was identified, but no charges were brought. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? No charges were brought. Okay, let me keep going. Now we've got liquor store owner Pauline Parker. Pauline Parker, September 21st of 2002. She was unalived. However, her store clerk, as y'all clearly can see, was also wounded, but she lived. Look at her, y'all. She lived, thank God. Yeah. The damage that they left behind is unfathomable. And all of this is because charges weren't filed. They were given parole. And I'm not finished. I'm just loading up more pictures. So y'all give me a minute. Right? And this happened in Montgomery, Alabama. And again, ballistics matched. No charges due to the other states wanting to and this part came later. Okay, y'all, this part came later, that these charges were pending. All this shit was pending, and then that's when the other stuff started coming. September 23rd of 2002, 45-year-old Hung Bollinger of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. No charges. No charges. No charges. So then it was one. There was no picture for this person. September 26th of 2002, Wright Williams was at a grocery store in Baton, Louisiana. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. No charges for that one either. Oh, wait a minute. I think this is his picture. Yeah. September 26th of 2002. Wright Williams was at a grocery store in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Hey, Steptoe Boo. Thank you for joining us, baby. No charges were brought. Then, October 2nd, 55-year-old James D. Martin was also killed in a grocery store parking lot in Wheaton, Maryland. So it was two grocery store situations. Different locations, of course. Right? This shit ain't cool, man. Hold on. I'm loading more pictures. Yeah. See, I believe in giving everybody their attention because they deserve it. Yeah. And so that one is James D. Martin, unalived in a grocery store parking lot on October 2nd, 2002. This one, however, is October 3rd of 2002. The very next day, y'all. The very next day. 34-year-old James L. Buchanan was unalived while mowing the lawn. Y'all remember that picture where they showed the lawnmower? This was in Rockville, Maryland. Just mowing the lawn. Minding his business. Yep. Just yo, it don't never take that much hatred. It shouldn't. Right? And then we come to October 3rd, the same day, guys, the same day. The same day. 54-year-old Prem Walikar, I don't know how to pronounce that last name. I'm sorry, y'all. He was a cab driver. He was getting gas, filling his car with gas. And he was unalived in Aspen Hill, Maryland. He was a cab driver. Yes. Yes. Minding their own business, lady. A cab driver. Yep. And then we come to Pamela Ramos. Pamela Ramos. Y'all know how y'all pronounce that. October 3rd, 2000. And that's another reason why I want to show their pictures, because I am not quite sure how to pronounce a lot of these names, but they still deserve their recognition and their condolences, right? They still deserve it. October 3rd, 2003, 34, y'all. What would you do to be 34 years old again? Jesus. Huh? 34. Sarah Ramos. She was at a post office in Silver Springs, Maryland. Minding her business. It don't get no more innocent than that, guys. I'm sorry. At the post office? Come on, man. You thinking you own government property? You just here to do what you need to do? Go and send this package. Get these stamps. These postage stamps gone. Do the rest of the stuff you got to do today. You know what I'm saying? You're certainly not thinking, let me look over my back, make sure ain't nobody coming for me. You know what I'm saying? However, this is when this happened to Miss Ramos, this is when the white box trucks comes into play. Y'all remember that? Y'all was coming out the grocery store, y'all was coming out of work, y'all was going to get some gas, and y'all was looking for them white box trucks, because I know the fuck I was. Oh man, listen. It wasn't no playing around in the parking lot, coming out of Walmart, going in, and we even still had a Kmart at the time. It wasn't no playing in the parking lot. None at all. Let's get in this store. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And if we saw a white box truck, oh man, you were running for cover, because that's what they told us. They told us, look out for the white box trucks. So then, that same day, this is one, two, this is 1, 2, 3. This is number 4 for that same day. Ann Lewis Rivera, 25 years old. Ann Lewis Rivera of Silver Springs. This is the second one in Silver Springs, y'all. Remember, Miss Ramos was Silver Springs as well. But Miss Lewis Rivera, she was at a Shell gas station. Yeah. She was, okay, let me correct myself. She was from Silver Springs, like Miss Ramos, but she was at a gas station in Kensington, Maryland. She was getting gas along the highway. Because if y'all remember, that's what they did. They would pull right off the exit where there was an easy re-entry to the interstate. Oh, but we not finished for October 3rd yet, though, y'all. Nope, we not finished. No, these bastards were busy that day. Because then, this Mr. here, again, October 3rd, they inflict the same thing on a 72-year-old, Pascal Charlotte. And this man was just taking a stroll in his neighborhood. He was just going for a walk. 72 years old. Just going for a walk. That's all he was doing. You talking about minding your business. You talking about minding your business? Really? Just minding his business. Yeah. Just minding his business. 72 years old. They make a victim out of him. Just cruel, man. Just cruel. And like I said before, I don't know if you guys have heard all these details. Now, I know that they would tell us some names and things like that, but I didn't know all these details. That so many were on the same damn day. I didn't know that. I didn't. I didn't know that. And so then there was Caroline Sewell. 43, this was the next day, October 4th. I'm sorry, y'all. October 4th, 2003, 43-year-old Caroline Sewell. And she was just standing outside of her minivan. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we have the infamous 13-year-old. Remember when the police chief came out, the black guy, the police chief, and he was crying? And he said, it's really gotten serious now. Y'all are hurting kids. That's what we doing. Remember that, y'all? Hmm? Yeah. And then that's when the tarot card was found. The tarot card that said, for you, the police, call me God. Mm-hmm. And they were telling them, don't make another news broadcast. But we all know that they did anyway. We all know that they did anyway, because what happened was this happened on October 9th, October 9th, 2022, the same day that they found the tarot card. 53-year-old Dean Myers of Gaithersburg, Maryland, was at a gas station in Manassas, Virginia. So again, along the highway. He was from Gaithersburg, Maryland, but he was at a gas station in Manassas, Virginia. And then that's when these kind of vans came into play. I saw this, I saw that. No, I saw this. No, I saw the van that looked like this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Loading more pictures, guys. Hold on. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. This van is what everybody was looking for, right? Y'all remember looking for the white vans? Mm. And then there was October 11th of 2002, 53-year-old Kenneth Bridges at an Exxon gas station on I-95 in Fredericksburg, Virginia. October 14th of 2002, 42-year-old Linda Franklin at a Home Depot parking lot in Falls Church, Virginia. Or October 19th of 2002, 27-year-old Jeffrey Hopper, parking lot at the Ponderosa off the I-95 in Ashland, Virginia. And all those ballistics, this Hopper, Jeffrey Hopper, he survived. And his ballistics matched the ones from 2 days before that in Virginia. All of those in Virginia. So then October 22nd, the bus driver, Conrad Johnson of Oxon Hill, Maryland, was walking onto his bus. And just when his foot hit the top step, they got him. Yeah. Yep. Top step, walking back onto his bus, minding his business. Minding his business. serving the community, being a bus driver. Now, I've heard from someone with firsthand experience who had a career in driving buses, and they had to deal with a lot of frustrating bullshit. You know what I mean? The drunks, the low lifes, the kids, the disrespect, the cussing and of children. You know, people talking too loud, or just all kinds of stinking folks. Gotta let them do crying babies. You know what I'm saying? They deal with a lot, but he was doing his job. And then on October 24th, 2002, they were spotted at a rest stop and apprehended in Frederick County, Maryland, due to a crime stoppers tip. And everybody was wondering, where did he get the car from? Where did he get the car from? He had bought the car from some secondhand spot that was selling the car, and he thought it a good idea. He thought that, wouldn't nobody be looking for, you know what I'm saying, that kind of car. It was an ex-police car. It was it was a car that used to be used by the police. And so he knew that it was already broken down and that sort of thing, because metal work is what he used to do when he was in the service as well. Yeah. And so Muhammad was given the death penalty. In November 10, 2019, he was given, no, 2000, on November 10th, 2009, he was given he was not executed in 2009. He wasn't executed in 2009. I think I wrote that down wrong. Hold on. Because I don't want to give the wrong information. I think I wrote that down wrong. Hold on, guys. One second. Oh, he was. Oh, I did write that down right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Malvo received multiple life sentences, and Mohammed received the death penalty, and he was executed November 10th of 2009. Yeah, I was right. Yeah. The mastermind behind the 2002 DC area sniper attacks was executed by lethal injection on November 10, 2009. He was pronounced unalive at 9:11 p.m. at a Greensville Correctional Center in Virginia, 7 years after the weapons attacks that unalived 10 people. Now, as far as this little fucker Malvo is concerned, on May 26, 2017, two of his life sentences were overturned in Virginia, but the other convictions remained, as well as the previous life sentence from Maryland. Now, June 21st, 2018, Malvo 4 life sentences were vacated by federal appeals court based on a 2012 Supreme Court decision citing the Eighth Amendment, no juveniles to receive life without parole. March 18, 2019, Virginia gave him life with parole. However, He's been denied every time he's come up for parole. They said, okay, it's more than one way to skin a cat. It's more than one way to skin a cat. I can't stand this picture of him right here. I can't stand this goddamn picture right here. He looked like he's just, I like this one better. Because that other one, I can't stand it. I can't stand that picture of him. He looked like he just grinning after all of the damage that they both caused, after all of that damage. But my point in doing this is to let you guys know how many people they had previously pew-pewed, put in the hospital, violated with a weapon, tried to unalive, however you want to say it. He was, Muhammad was given parole. The other boy, the boy was given immunity to testify against Muhammad, which meant that he got away with it, when in all actuality, he was the one who did it, but now he got immunity. It's that kind of madness right there. What did they have to do to go to prison? What do they have to do? But you have a boy standing out here on the corner with 5 or 10 valves of some crack, trying to sell it to take dinner home to his family. And they gonna give him 10 years. Whack, just like that. They giving him 10 years off the cuff. But this fucker right here can totally transform and diabolically change this boy's way of thinking, turn him into a machine, and they get away with it for the betterment of a whole year before charges actually start to stick. Mind y'all, people were already unalive. Not everybody made it. And they riding around in a Caprice like it's cool. Like it's cool. Nothing to see here type of thing. Really? That's awful. All these people lost their lives because the judicial system dropped the ball. What happened to being co-conspirators? If you've got the evidence, why do you need to give immunity? I don't understand that. And there should be stipulations to teenagers not getting life without parole. It ought to be depending on what the hell they did. This boy took lives, man. He was 17, but he took lives, multiple, several. He took several lives. He attempted to take several lives. So don't tell me he didn't deserve life without parole. Yes, he did. Lucky I'm not saying he deserved a DP too, because he did the same thing that this man did. In fact, his finger was on the trigger more than Muhammad's was. Muhammad knew what he was doing. And so the only reason why Malvo didn't get the DP is because they're saying, be it not for Muhammad, Malvo wouldn't have been doing what he was doing. So we're going to give the mastermind the DP. And here's the kicker, in case some people didn't hear. Supposedly, all of this was done so that when his last wife was unalived, he wouldn't be a suspect, because that was his ultimate plan, was to go and unalive his wife who who had divorced him and was going for custody of all the children, full custody. He wanted to stop that. And so he planned to unalive her. And so they went on a unaliving spree from Virginia all up and down the East Coast. And so when it was her turn, he wouldn't be looked at. It would look as if she was just another one in the DC area, because they went all around DC and then they came into DC because they were about to put it down. They were about to finally put their plan down and take her out. But see, what Muhammad didn't know was she had contacted the police. She had told them, I believe this is my husband. Well, do he drive this kind of vehicle? I don't know what he's driving, but I believe this is my husband. They wouldn't listen to her. They wouldn't listen to her. It was the car that got them caught. It was the car. Because sooner or later, that car started being seen moving away from the chaos instead of people running towards it like most people do. You get down, you wait for the shooting to stop, and then you get up and you run to help the person that's been hurt. Well, it started being noticed on video that this car was moving away while everybody else was moving towards. That's also how they caught the Boston bombers. That's also how they caught the Boston bombers, because while the bombs were going off, these two diabolical monsters were moving in a separate direction of everybody else after the explosion. Yeah. So, I'm not going to hold you guys, okay? I just wanted to just give a different perspective. I wanted to unearth something that happened in our society, and a whole lot of details were hidden. A whole lot of details were never spoken of, like how the judicial system is partly to blame for what happened to all of those people, because when they had a chance to lock these fuckers up, they didn't. When they had the chance, they were too busy giving plea deals or giving parole or giving immunity instead of just locking them up. They should have never been allowed to do all of the carnage and chaos that they did. They should have never been allowed, because the red flags were there for Muhammad. They wouldn't listen to his wife. So all of those people had to be unalived. All of those people that were injured, severely or otherwise, that had to happen in order for people to finally say enough is enough. That police chief, he retired that year. He said he couldn't take it no more. He retired. And I did watch the movie. The movie is a good movie, but it left a whole lot out. It did. It left a lot out. And that's the thing. I'd rather watch a documentary than a movie. But like I said, guys, I'm not going to hold y'all. Sometimes I feel like I be up here talking to myself, and so I don't want to do that. And so, guys, I appreciate y'all for being here. I really do. No, I always love you guys. Be safe.
Late night glow on the YouTube screen. Sean B steps in where the cuts run deep. From a New York state of mind, she was born to see what gets lost in the dark, what they don't want to speak. Silk in her voice, but the questions hit hard. Pulling back the curtain, laying truth on the yard. Every hush-hush story, every shadow clue. She's piecing up the pain till the whole thing comes through. She don't chase noise, she follows the trail. When the headlines miss, she will still unveil. With a sharp-eyed soul and a heart that knows some stories need light so the healing can grow. On YouTube, tune in, let the realness ride. Like, share, subscribe, keep the truth alive. She'll be on the scene, bringing dark today, giving lost names rhythm, giving silence a say. Like, share, subscribe, let the people come through. When Sean B talks truth, baby, everybody knew. For the tears unseen and the cries turned low, she be lifting up the weight that the world let go. Every fact she finds got a purpose and pulse. Every case she touches makes the silence convulse. No cheap thrills, just grace and fire. Taking buried details higher and higher, where the whispers get drowned and the weak get missed. She's a soulful reminder they still exist. She can feel when the story ain't sitting right. So she walks through the dark just to bring back light. With that grown woman glow and pimping a flare, she's reaching for the truth, cause it's waiting there. On YouTube, tune in, let the realness ride. Like, share, subscribe, keep the truth alive. She'll be on the scene, bringing dark today, giving lost names rhythm, giving silence a say. Like, share, subscribe, let the people come through. When Sean B talks truth, baby, everybody knew. She got that city soul, that uptown grace, and a mind that can read what time can't erase. So gather round close, let the story unfold. Some truths need a voice, some hearts need a hold, and she won't let the